All right. War report 158. Okay, Russia's turn. Pretty straightforward. 4 and 4. Give me a lot of offensive bite. All right, looking to strafe this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, those are pretty much going to be my attacks. Let's just double check. 1. I should get 2 hits here. I could probably do a couple rounds. This one's very dicey. I mean, I can always leave an AA gun and some infantry in there because he's not going to want to send tanks after it. But I feel pretty comfortable with 2 and 2. Yeah. Woo. Let's do this one. This one's the diciest. Good, 2 hits. Perfect. Ooh. All right. Calculation time. I think if I leave that there, then that's not a good thing. 6 infantry, 9 tanks. Actually, 10 infantry and artillery and 9 tanks, plus fighter support, plus 5 fighters. And then the Japanese fighters, like I told you about, 10 fighters and a bomber. All right, let's say no fighters and a bomber. He could attack with 10 infantry, an artillery, 9 tanks. He's going to lose at least 1 infantry, so he'll have 9 infantry, 1 artillery, 9 tanks, and I will have 9, 10, plus my buy of 4 infantry, so 14, and 4 artilleries. Possibly, like, let's say, I don't know, 2 tanks, 2 fighters. Ooh, very close. So I'd probably just do a 1 round strafe up there. I think I have to capture. I can't let him take that space. I'm thinking. It's just a tough part. Pretty sure I've got to capture this. If not, he can stack tanks and then fighters. But wouldn't he be able to do that anyways? Just go. Is that kind of pointless? Because he could go. Yeah, he's gonna bring in like. Well. He could probably do something like a double stack, maybe. Like stack Ukraine and then stack Karelia if I don't take Ukraine. I bet that's what he would do. Something cheeky like that. You cheeky bastard. Alright. I don't take, then he could probably hold with 2 territories, holding Ukraine, holding Karelia with this Japanese air coming in. And then this Japanese air would be in position to hit India. Alright, I'll think about this and do some count. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, he could pretty much, if I don't claim this, he could bring fighters over, Japanese fighters, and then he could stack with about 5 to 6 infantry and these 4 tanks. They could hold Ukraine, and then he could most likely hold Karelia too, because unless I take Karelia, that's the thing. Like, if I'd done this battle first and taken Karelia, it's one of those. So let's say I retreat, and then I fail Karelia, then I'm kind of in a load of trouble because he can stack both. But let's say I retreat and then I capture Corellia, things look better because his German fighters can't get involved because there's been territory claimed. I think I need to play it safe and take Ukraine, just because 6 versus 4.5 is not a give me. So I'm going to go for the Ukraine, even though I want to retreat. It's okay, because those guys will most likely get at least 1 to 2 hit backs. And then Germany's not going to want to put too much pressure on Ukraine. They're going to want to try to protect Karelia. All right, so I'm just going to press on. See how this battle goes. 3 hits. Oh, man, that's nice. Just 1 hit. All right, this is where I retreat. I think this is where I retreat. Yeah, I don't want to leave my tanks exposed. They're too valuable. So retreat from here. I feel good about that. All right, retreat. It's fine with me. Oh, actually, you know what I like to do? Put an AA gun there. Now you can't trade that territory. Not that it's worth that much anyways. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the smart play. Well, there it is. All right, 4 artillery, 4 infantry. Boom. End that. Here's the war report at the end of round 1 for Russia. And there's the board. I think 2 and the AA gun, maybe the fighter as well, should deter anything like that. I learned this move from Marius. Flying fighters over and airstriking either Russia or Caucasus. All right, we're back with round 2 for Germany. Jan did exactly what I expected him to do, which is the double stack in Karelia and Ukraine, which is the right play. And he bought 2 bombers, which I love. I think you should definitely be aggressive and buy air. So I was wondering, I have to kind of talk quieter because people are sleeping, but I'm about to fall asleep myself. But anyways, he did the 4 tanks, 4 infantry, and artillery, and I wasn't exactly fond of the 4 tank buy, but I see what kind of position it put him in. Not a bad position, to be honest. So I knew Jan had something up his sleeve because he's one of the best players of Axis and Allies. So I know he knows what he's doing. And yeah, the 2 bomber buy is nice, and then everything else I know from here on out is going to be infantry and artillery. All right, so in this situation, thinking about this for a very long time, he can airstrafe Caucasus, which is a problem because he might sack air just so I can't hold West Russia. Now, what I'm going to do is I really want to take France or Italy, but I got to use this transport to drop off and reinforce Caucasus. And the reason for that is if he airstrikes Caucasus, I will exchange my UK air in West Russia that I'll leave behind in exchange for his Japanese air. I feel like that's a fair trade. So to put that in motion, I need to reinforce Caucasus with an infantry, a tank, an infantry, and then I got my 4 artilleries that are there. Everything else my 4 fighters, 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 5 fighters are going to be in West Russia. I'm going to use this bomber to attack Burma. I was going to hit the cruiser, but there's no point in really going after the cruiser right now. I can hit it with air later. These 2 subs could kill the cruiser and make my buy justified. However, I'm going to use these subs for hit points. So I'm going to bring them to 13, merge them with the US fleet, and then if he wants to attack with subs and fighters and bombers, I think with 1 sub defending, 1 extra UK sub in there, he has like 1 bomber survive. I will happily take that trade. He does not want to do that trade, I promise you. Because he wants to scare me out of West Russia and then keep the fleet at bay, and then he will attack if he has really good odds. That's how you play Germany. And I know he'll play optimally. What I'm going to do is actually with my fleet, aircraft carrier and destroyer, I'm going to move him to season 14. He probably will attack that with air and then kill my transport, or he'll go for the West Russia home run swing. If he gets a top percentage, he wins. If I get a top percentage, I win. So if I pull out and go to Caucasus, which some people do, then he can move into West Russia, and I move back from Caucasus to Moscow. He holds West Russia, kind of controls the game, and I see if I can get back in it. I think it's way more advantageous to offer him the 50-50 in West Russia. It gets average results. I've got enough troops there to counter, and all his momentum is stalled out, and I should win the game. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so my buy is going to be 3 artilleries, 2 fighters, because in Burma, I'm going to go 3 infantry and a bomber, try to trade this down, because what Japan's going to do is stack Burma next round to try to dislodge me from West Russia. And if he does stack Burma, I'm not sure if he'll be... I don't know if it signals that he's going to be attacking West Russia with Germany or not. But I can also throw a bomber in there. This fighter needs to kind of stay on season 13, or... yeah. Okay, I think I'm ready. Well, alright, let's have some fun. 2 subs. Disengage. Alright, this is going to be kind of weird, but I want to play it my way, see if I can learn. This mixed with 2 subs, yeah. And then this cruiser, he's just going to be like, what the heck, you didn't kill my cruiser? It's funny. I'll just have too much fleet, and I can just pin him back and force him to attack. Alright, here we go. Know the game plan. Let's do it. Execute it. Oh, okay, at least I got a hit. Take it. Still gonna press 1. Mm-hmm. 1, 2. Seven, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. 1, 2. His carrier can catch for 48. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 versus 8.5. That should be fine. He will almost positively stack Burma. Next round, Japan. One, 2, 3, 7. Wonder what he'll do. I think he'll just fly over, kill the transport, and stack here. Yeah, but I'm going to commit to holding West Russia. And that's going to be kind of awkward for him with the split stack. I mean, he could go for the airstrike and hope that he gets lucky. No, bomber can't reach back there. Okay. Yeah, his split subs gave him really good advantage. But I'm getting my ships geared up. It's kind of like almost like playing like a KJF. I'm just so slow to develop, but it's all I can do. And I'm going to keep the center of the board. That's the most important thing. So I want him to go for the West Russia battle. Well, in a way. And we're going to see. He's got to trade out those UK troops, man. Yeah, this is not an easy game for him. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 6, 13. I really could have just gone with infantry, but it's good to build artillery here. So if I step out and I dead zone India, it's nice to have more options. Okay. Yeah. Feel good about this. Well, I don't feel good, but I feel like I'm playing. I truly feel like I'm playing optimally. Well, is the best I can. That's all you can do. So, yeah, what's he gonna do? Maybe go for an airstrike. I doubt it. Yeah, I'm just keeping his forces split. Do a big landing in Africa. And then from Africa, go up to Norway. I'll have these ships coming in to help. That's a pretty. I feel like this is like kind of this is a pro move right here. Going okay, you got France, you got Italy to grab. I mean, I can grab that. Well, I grab this Africa, this part, and I choose to reinforce the center of the board, knowing that it's the most important. I don't know. I think that was really good, if I do say so myself. So, yeah, think about that in your games. Holding West Russia while not trying to give up India. It's challenging, but those are the most important points. I do want to put leave Russian infantry here. You'll be so. I have not fallen victim to losing that way. I don't want to fall victim to that. So I need to make sure I block an infantry block an arc. Oh no! Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know what would have been really bad if he grabbed arc. Ooh, that was almost like game deciding, to be honest. Because if he grabbed Arc, 1, 2, 3, 4, his Japanese planes could airstrike here and then hit. And then that would give him odds on West Russia. Okay, so yeah, I got lucky, didn't hit that because these planes can only hit, like the only valuable thing they can hit is Caucasus, and that's 7 units, 6 versus 7. He'd have to get really good dice to win the game with that point. I don't think he wants to gamble that. I highly doubt he's going to gamble those fighters. Jan, I think, takes risk like kind of early on with a 5-1 split, like an 80% battle. But I don't think he goes hog wild and airstrikes and hopes for the best. Very calculated. It's going to be a tough game, but I think I'm going to learn a lot, and I think I can be, very competitive with him. So that's all you can ask. All right, we're with round 2 with Japan. Jan did what I thought he'd do. He attacked the naked transport here. Didn't go for an airstrike, which wouldn't have been good. And he bought an IC in Kwangtung, which is different. Usually it's like Manchuria, so you can get a little bit more units. So I wonder what that means. It means maybe he can use some transports to come down to hit here. I don't know. Usually that factory's bought after Manchuria. I don't really like to buy this factory in most cases because I'd rather buy air. But it kind of seems like with his tank rush, he's going to go for like an all-in. So he's going to probably buy a couple rounds of infantry here and then buy some tanks. And then he can buy fighters from this one to land to attack Moscow, like in a wave attack. Took undefended territory. Destroyed 2 infantry, lost 1. So I'll trade that back. Destroyed 1 destroyer. And he's like moved everything in here, so I'm going to flee. I guess he thinks like I'm going to flee back to Hawaii, which I like to go 41 anyways. So it's not too much of a knock. I'm going to go 3 transports, 4 infantry, 2 artillery. I'll have an extra infantry coming over here, an extra infantry here. So it's 2 extra infantry with AA guns. I mean, you could almost argue and say go for 4 transports. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. All right. Bomber. I think I'm going to lay my bomber in West Russia. Yeah, I do. So that's important. All right. I'm going to go. I could drop off a tank, and then say he moves everything up, I can kind of blitz forward. So that's kind of nice. So I think I'll drop off a tank as well. Bomber. 1, 2, 3. Don't need to hit the cruiser for any reason. And I like having the bomber here. I need the bomber for defense so they get shot down. Like I said, this fighter is landed here. I think that's pretty much it. These fighters. All right. Man, one of my other games, I don't know what the hell happened. I am about to lose an Axis game on top 10 where my opponent lost 7 infantry in West Russia. So I'm just more perplexed. I look back. He had a successful season 37 and wiped me. I went for the tank rush, which is but you should do for the most part. But you have to look back at that game. That's pretty bad. So, okay. So it's throwing me off a little bit. All right, so I've got this game going. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I feel like it's anyone's game. Now he can go 1, 2, 3. But I can bring my sub in to help support. Those fighters make a big difference. That's nice. Sub here, kind of dead zoning these transports for really doing much. Not like they would sack themselves anyways, but... All right, these U.S. guys, they're pretty valuable, especially since I got the bomber coming over. Defensive profile, subs retreat within fleet. Don't want that. Don't want that. I'm glad I checked the defensive profile. Bomber first. AA, then bomber. Do I have that? Bombers first. Bombers first. He could try a strafe too. He could go like 1 round strafe just to kill this just to kill that bomber. Not the worst. These guys, where do I want them? I don't know if I want them in the Caucasus. Maybe, then he couldn't really trade. But I've already got UK units here. Like, 3 is kind of awkward for him to go after anyways, plus the AA gun. So I think I want them either here in Persia or in Russia. If they go to Persia, I can almost step out of India if need be to help dead zone. If this battle goes really well, I'll need all hands on deck trying to get back, but I'll have fighters here, so I should be fine. Okay. 2 infantry to Moscow. 2 infantry to Persia. All right, ABCs. The quick ABCs are is my air good? Yep, I want it there. Are my boats good? Yep. Are my capitals good? Nope. I need a Russian infantry there, so I will do that. Cities good, so victory cities for now, yeah. Can openers. Can he can open me? Because it'll be Germany's turn, boom. He blitzes a tank in. So can openers. Blitzing a tank. Maybe this guy drops here. I should mobilize everyone into this one. Yeah. Okay. And defensive profile. I just fixed that earlier. So ABCDs. Transport safe. Yeah. Should check that a little earlier. He's only got 1 fighter, but that cruiser will help.